In this world of ours, we've fairly well been there, done that. Most places have been mapped by explorers, inspected by scientists and overrun by tourists. But there is one wild and wonderful place right here in Australia, the mighty Kimberley, that vast, pristine corner of the far northwest. It's drop-dead gorgeous, like nothing on earth. And wouldn't you know it, this paradise is also jam-packed with natural resources just waiting to be dug up and sold. The perfect ingredients for a world-class stoush, a battle that will decide the fate of one of the last true wilderness areas on Earth. It's already looking pretty spectacular, Pete.
Yes, welcome to the Kimberley. Isn't it magnificent?
A world away from the red brick views and broadband speed of city life, I'm travelling into the great northwest, the deep heart of the Kimberley, with local bushman Peter Tucker.
Just look out the window there, it's just an amazing coastline, vastness and the islands, the colours.
So its remoteness and ruggedness has won you over big time.
Oh, you've got it in one.
So remote and rugged, there's hardly a dirt track for hundreds of kilometres along this stretch of coast. Getting around is by float plane, then boat, which happens to be the fastest way to meet the locals. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, he's huge. A welcoming party of the friendly. He's coming straight for us. The scary. So is he one of your pet crocodiles, is he?
Pet, yeah, they're all my pets.
And the gorgeously curious. Look
Yep.
at him, oh my God, he's beautiful.
Oh, isn't he? That's a big Queensland groper. He'll, I'm sure he's hungry.
Will he come out of the water?
There you go. Would you like to do that?
I don't think I would. Yeah, I would. This is your home sweet home.
This is my abode for about 7 months of the year.
Peter Tucker has been showing intrepid types around this unkempt corner of the Kimberley for 14 years. Yeah, not quite the Hotel Hilton, is it?
No, much better than the Hilton.
No,
It's even got clean carpet.
But Peter fears that the Kimberley, as he knows and loves it, is under serious threat. So he's founded the Save the Kimberley movement.
It's one of the most diverse and richest coastlines on the Earth. We know more about the Moon and Mars than we do about the Kimberley coastline. This place is worthy of preserving. I think it's a very simple argument.
But beauty is not the Kimberley's only asset. It's also resource rich. And the fate of this place is coming to a head now because of a plan to mine billions of dollars in offshore natural gas. And it would be piped here, to this stretch of beach. Australian resources company Woodside is proposing to drill for the liquid natural gas 400 kilometres offshore, then pipe it to a processing plant on this spot, just 60 k's north of Broome. The 20 square kilometre LNG facility would look something like this one, which sits down the coast in Western Australia's mining heartland, the Pilbara.
This is one beach, one area, very pretty, but one in thousands of kilometres of Kimberley coastline, thousands.
So you're saying bring on the gas?
For this project, yes I am.
The proposal's got the powerful backing of Western Australian Premier Colin Barnett.
The gas has been piped ashore, put through a big refrigerator and sent out in shipping.
You'll see it, flaming flares, machinery fences and exclusion zone. Does that sit easily with the image of the Kimberley?
Well, this plant, yes, you will see it, but it's not a heavy industrial complex. The Kimberley is not being changed significantly by this project. This is a pinprick in a vast landscape.
We're losing an Australian icon, a real gem, a diamond, that if we lose it, we just won't get it back.
For scientists like rivers expert Martin Toms, it's the vastness and unexplored nature of the Kimberley that makes it so unique and so important.
When I come across a river system as pristine as this, but also as the other rivers within the Kimberley, you go, you beauty. You really do, you know?
The Kimberley's grandeur inspires big dreams to match, dreams of developers and conservationists that clash like the geological fault lines which have shaped this landscape over millions of years, in just the same way they do today.
Look at that. To you and I, that's just muck.
That is muck.
That is muck, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's actually organic matter. It's carbon. It's energy. That's the stuff that drives riverine ecosystems.
So what you're saying in very simple terms, this river ain't stuffed.
Got it in one.
We've got the Amazon, got Antarctica and the Sahara, and Australia's got the Kimberley. It's 120 million years old. It's been around for a long, long time.
Well, of course, the developers and the government say they have done their homework. They believe that they found the best site to do the least damage to the Kimberley. Do you believe them?
No. I don't think that you can put your hand on your heart and say there's going to be no impact, no significant impact.
Not losing one known species to extinction, not one, is a claim to fame unique to the Kimberley. But it's one scientists warn could well be at risk. OK, where are you taking me now, Mark?
We're going to go and have a look at a sawfish with Dean.
And to prove the point, Martin's taking me on a late-night search for an ancient underwater wonder.
So there's a snag up here on the right.
Helping is Dr. Dean Thorburn. He's an expert in sawfish, a species that dates back to the dinosaurs and not so long ago could be found all over the globe. In recent times, it's been all but wiped out everywhere else, except here on the Fitzroy River.
Oh! So, okay, we've got a big animal here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
So,
look at that.
So if you start to feel it twist, mate, make sure you let it go. So yeah.
I've got the right end of the wedge, have I?
That's right, mate.
What is your fascination with sawfish?
When I first started studying them, I found it hard to believe there was a ray that looked more like a shark that grew up in a river to 3 metres, that then went out and grew to 7, and that had a saw on its head. Just to look at it as such a unique animal that needs to be looked after.
Well, should we let him or her go?
I think we should.
You going to kiss him?
No. That's a bit too close to the pointy end, and she'll just sink and turn and off she goes.
Okay. The Kimberley has one of the best environmental records ever. No extinctions, not one. Do you really want to tamper with that?
This plant will have no impact on the wildlife at all. Absolutely none. This is clean, high technology, clean gas for clean power generation.
But as sublime as this landscape is, it's no paradise for many of the people who live here. The majority of the Kimberley's residents are Indigenous, many living in communities that are despairing and dysfunctional.
We'd be lucky to find one person with a job in this community, and this is what the gas negotiation's been about.
Wayne Bergman heads the Kimberley Land Council. He and many traditional owners have given the gas plant proposal crucial support.
This is about saving our people, about creating an opportunity.
In exchange, they've been promised more than $1 billion in Indigenous jobs, housing, health and education. The deal has wrong-footed and outraged many environmentalists.
This agreement is more than just mere compensation. It's about empowering Aboriginal people to be trained, employed.
Will any part of you accept that traditional owners have sold out?
No, because I'm not going to sit on my hands, put my head in the sand and say somebody's going to come and save us and help us. We're taking charge to make a difference ourselves.
But not everyone's buying the $1 billion promise. Do you think their opinions have been bought?
Definitely. Definitely. And I just think, you know, it's really sad.
100 kilometres up the coast from the proposed gas plant site, traditional owner Albert Wigan is getting dinner.
Down the hatchet, just mind the shells that are broken in there.
Alvin. Albert is spearheading opposition to Woodside's gas plans.
Not bad at all.
And Albert's as passionate in his views about the gas plant as he is about bush tucker.
Gas plants will come and go, and they will be going forever and a day. But you only get the Kimberleys once. And this rugged and this wild and this beautiful wilderness will only come once. And this is our chance to keep it that way.
Or your chance to lose it.
Or our chance to lose it.
Albert's convinced a gas plant down the coast will be the thin edge of the wedge, opening up the Kimberley for wider mining and development, scarring this pristine environment by turning it into another resources powerhouse, just like WA's Pilbara region.
What I'm concerned about is going to happen in the next 50 to 100 years. If we continue to teach our children that the only alternative they have to improving their livelihood and their self-determination is by sacrificing country, well then, in 50 to 100 years' time, we're not going to have any country left.
So you don't think the money, the jobs, the better services are going to be delivered to the people of the Kimberley?
I don't believe it whatsoever.
Is it the beginning of the end for the Kimberley?
No, it's the beginning of the beginning for the Kimberley. Because for the first time in decades and decades, there is a real hope for Aboriginal people.
Given the conditions most Aboriginal people live in, did they really have any choice but to sell out?
Look, I actually, if I can say so with respect, resent that implication.
Why is that?
No one is selling out. And no one has been pressured or forced into this. And I've got to say, I think it's a little bit patronising to Aboriginal people to suggest that they are not capable of making a decision for their own future.
No, poverty isn't equivalent to ignorance. I'm not saying that. But if you are poor, do you have a choice?
If the Aboriginal people had a choice, they know they have made a courageous decision for their children and generations to come, and I commend them for that.
It seems extraordinary to me that you can only get basic human rights, health, education, housing, if you agree to build a gas plant.
I mean, the rest of Australia, I think, finally is waking up to the fact that we as a community have failed Aboriginal people, particularly children. And I've got an opportunity perhaps no other Premier has had before to actually do something about it.
Opponents of the gas plant hold out high hopes that the Kimberley can trade on its beauty, that tourism can become a big jobs generator. And with vistas like this, you can see why tourism operators like Peter Tucker are so hopeful. It's mealtime.
It's mealtime. Dugongs, turtles, big tiger sharks, all sorts of fish.
To go to the Kimberley is certainly to go on a fresh air adventure.
Oh, I got something! Oh my God!
An adrenaline-packed experience where nature's very much in control.
I think a big shark's grabbed your fish.
Oh no! Give it back.
Oh, he's gone. Bitten off by a shark.
Oh, look.
If you've never heard of or seen the Kimberley till now, expect to hear much more about it in the future. Environmentalists say it's got the makings of a stoush as big and unruly as the landscape itself. For Peter Tucker, the battle has only just begun, and he's getting ready to fight on the beaches, literally, if need be, for future generations. I guess that is in part what the fight is about, though, isn't it? Keeping this around for your kids, their kids.
I think so. The world is shrinking, the natural world is shrinking, and we're blessed. This nation is blessed, and it's just worth fighting for. It's very special.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thank you for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes, which are on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.